like it. What I didn't really like, no, I'm just kidding. I watched the whole show. There were parts of it that I very much liked and parts that I very much didn't. But
okay, I'll start off with something real quick, if you don't mind.
Please.
I enjoyed Daly's Place during the pandemic. I thought it was a good place to have their live show. That being said, yesterday's show looked like there was about 300 people there, maybe.
It does,
and I could hear a person coughing in the stands and sneezing, and you can hear him talking.
So
I don't like that for a weekly television show on national TV.
No, I agree. And see, I'm glad you brought that up because there was a point, and I had a note a little later on, and I forget what point where they had the angle and they showed. I think it might have been during Pac's entrance or maybe Moxie's from the crowd, whatever, which one. But the way they shot it and showed it, there was with where they have the people. So with where the hard cam is, right? Why don't they flip where the hard cam is? Like, I know they have that section of seats.
They can't.
There's not that many people. All right, maybe not.
No, they can't. They can't. I remember asking that question when during the pandemic, and they can't do it because of the way. Right. I don't know the exact reasoning, but there was a way they couldn't get the hard cam over on that side. I know what you're talking about.
I feel like you could fix that. I feel like that should, because I feel like if you look at it the other way, but maybe not though, because how well did they pan out? Because I know it's got like a balcony or a mezzanine or whatever, but
you got to look at it the other way. It's Tony's borrowing this from his dad, so you can't go in there and mess it up.
It's Tony borrowing a lot. That's kind of what he does. And we didn't get the Tony beforehand.
Very disappointed. Very disappointed.
So it was funny because we mentioned that earlier. You mentioned that to me earlier off air, and I thought about it, and I'm like, I wonder if it. Because I heard a lot of people talking about this card leading up to it and what we saw from the card delivering, what we saw from the numbers. I feel like they were checked out on this one. Like they knew they were beaten. Like this was just, they didn't even show up to the fight. They knew they were going to lose to NXT.
If you're gonna call it Title Tuesday, Jake, have more than one.
I agree. Oh God, right.
But they are better than last year because last year they had none on Title Tuesday, if I remember correctly. They didn't have one title defense at all last year.
Technically, there were two because the Kyle and the Mercedes was the open channel. But still, no. But still is my point. I'm 100% with you. Like having, or at least have like every match features a champion or something. Maybe I don't know, but like having, Moxley versus Ishii and Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Like, where's the title? I don't know.
Every champion should at least be represented in some way. Right. Like even the face to face with Joe and Paige. Fine. He's a champion. I'm cool with that. That's cool.
And it sets up a title match. That's great. Yeah, you're right. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. And like, where was the women's title on this show? Like there was a video package, but why was that not featured? Again, but these are the same problems they've had for 6 freaking years. Like this is the same company and the same issues that they've always been. And it just is what it is at this point, unfortunately.
Definitely felt like it was 6 years ago by the talents that were on the show.
Good Lord, right? And the show kicked up. Yeah. And they all went back to their like older music too.
Yes.
Like,
everything went back to the original state. And I was like, man, what the hell are we doing here?
I know Tony for the last couple of years on X has been like, we're going back to 2021. 2023 is the new 2021. 2025. Like, look forward.
They're trying to pull the nostalgia card, thinking that people actually liked it, and
it's just because
at the time they got the pass because WWE sucked at the time,
and people wanted to give it a chance, and they're like, and they're looking back to, we drew all these viewers, but it was this shit that lost all those viewers. It was the same stuff that it's always been, and it, you never evolved. And that,
do you know when did they officially lose you? Do you remember?
William Regal. It was the official, like, I'm done with the company, but I'm pretty sure I'd been checked out for a while.
Yeah, I checked out early.
So my old rule, when I was still doing the appearances with Phil on PWT, my old rule was, hey, if I'm going to be live on air with him on Wednesday, I'm going to watch it so I know what's going on. As that kind of, winded down, it was very easy for me just to go, no, I don't want to watch the show. Or what I would do is DVR it, and then you'd watch as you could and skip. And I
gave it a chance up until I don't think it was very long into it, to be honest with you. When the legless guy was in the battle royal, I checked out. I was done.
That's the first show.
Oh, I was done that early?
That's
okay,
cool. I think that's the first match of the first show.
That's interesting. I watched that whole show, and then I didn't really watch more.
So what's funny is I didn't
remember.
watch that show, but ended up seeing highlights and was interested. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, of what they showed. And then I remember watching the first, like, what was like the real first pay-per-view, I guess, which was the Double or Nothing one, with Mox and the Bloody Cody, and I was like, this could be good, and I wanted it to be good. And I remember in like the parts of 2019 when it started in October of 2019, it's one of those things where like you see the red flags, but you're trying to ignore them. Like you try, just give it a shot. And I kept thinking, like, you'll grow through this. You'll improve it. You've got to, kind of like I always say with us on this, like, hey, if I'm better just to go out and do it, and I'll learn by doing. You'll get better when you make mistakes, but you have to learn from your fucking mistakes.
They had everything going with Cody. Cody knows what to do because of Dusty. Dusty taught him well, and they didn't want any part of it. You can see that. Why'd they get rid of him? Because they didn't want. I mean, they were going in the right direction.
Exact Change Man nailed it. Too soon for the nostalgia card. You just can't keep playing it. Like, and they live off of it. They really do. I wish I could have grabbed a picture, but I couldn't find a good shot of when they opened up with Tony Schiavone in the ring there. Boy, was he sweaty. I know it's an outdoor place and they're humid in Florida. That's fine. But like, maybe have like a little handkerchief in your back pocket, like, and before they cut to you, give a good wipe down. I don't know.
Or don't have him do it at all.
These are the only things I think he can do.
He's 70. No, he's 70 now.
With the earring and the dyed hair is a bad look. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, he should, honestly, and I don't think he's good enough for it, unfortunately, but he should be like the one producing the announcers, like the announcers.
He could do that. He could do that.
He could. That's just, I mean, I pretty much since like 1998, 99, I just have not cared for Schiavone. I just haven't. He hasn't been good. Parts of this were good though, with the opening where it was Schiavone. He brings out Hangman. He brings out Joe. I mean, I know Hangman's thing is the cowboy, but I mean, look at the two of them. Who's more professional? I don't know. Just the super tight jeans and
I have this problem with this. I always bring it up to you constantly. Why is Schiavone standing there like that without the microphone interviewing the two guys?
No, if you're gonna, unless you're doing the old school where he's the one holding it, like the moment he's done, and I've seen him like where he backs into the corner and like sits there sometimes. He
how much better would this be if he's standing there with the microphone with these two guys face to face, even closer, because he's got to,
like a boxing,
more intense in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the word. That's it. Yeah, no, but he ends up just looking like me in pictures where I don't know what to do with my hands. And so I look at him, I'm an idiot in pictures. I'm like, where do I go? So I'm giving like a stupid peace sign or the devil horns or like, I don't know. And that's what Tony does. He's just kind of like, but
it's strange. It's awkward.
Yeah, it really is. But I know it's not going to happen. But Joe needs to win this belt. I had to take my wife to the airport when the Maniacs went live before us, and then I had to prep for this when I came home. But I saw that the title of their video was AEW needs a hard reset. The fourth note I have is AEW needs a hard reset, and Joe starts that. Joe needs to win the title and then just have challengers and maybe like actually have good matches and I don't know, make something important. It's not going to happen, and it bothers. And it doesn't even bother me. It depresses me, honestly. Like, it's just sad.
They should have done that when he first came in to AEW. When he first got there, that's when they should have pulled the trigger on that, and they never did.
So. Or when he first, even if you weren't going to do that, when he first came back from filming Twisted Metal season 2, they put him with Hook and did the silly stuff and the ops and whatever. Moment one, like he should have just like Mox should have won a match at the end of a Dynamite, and then like the Dynamite ends with Joe just choking Mox out, and the Death Riders can't get Joe off because he's just crazy and doesn't care. And
unfortunately, what this match is going to be is Joe's probably going to beat the crap out of him the whole match, and then Hangman's going to hit 4 of his finishing moves there and win that way or something weird.
Yeah. He'll hit the moonsault to the outside. They'll go inside and he'll hit the dead eye. If I see that,
I'm gonna fucking scream.
And I know he won't because
we talked about this.
We did. And Joe won't do this because Joe's a good human and he's making money. But if he just did his walk away thing like he does when Hangman does the back to the outside, like doesn't look, does his jump and Joe just nopes out the way.
Yeah, you can't do that though.
I know, but I want it. I just
especially outside the ring, you can't do it. Inside the ring, you could do it. Inside the ring,
but it won't happen. But I mean, like this is there needs to be some sort of major shift, but it's just never going to happen under Tony because this is what Tony likes and he doesn't care. Now, the network might start caring and we'll see what goes on there. But I just keep writing Joe needs to win. Like every time I see Joe, why is he not the champion? Why is he not?
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
This company. Oh yeah.
Even when you're watching this segment, you could see the sweat pouring off Joe's head and the emotion and stuff, and they get the close-up camera shot. Great work, finally, by the camera guys. Thank you.
If nothing else,
you could see him getting intense in the match.
Yes.
And Hangman's got that. He's a good wrestler. I'm going to give him this, but his promos are all stale.
It's his cadence. He has no cadence.
He just does the whole, Joe, I'm the champion. This is my belt, and you're not going to be able to get it from me because it's my belt. Okay, great.
He's like a question talker too. Like everything he says, like you call instead of like you called me a fraud, Joe. You call me a fraud, Joe. You've never beaten me. Like you haven't beaten or I haven't beaten you. Like he could have been like I haven't beaten you yet, but it's more like I haven't beaten you.
All he needs is a couple tweaks. Yes, couple tweaks, and he's a good interview. He really is.
Yeah,
and he's got it.
And when you asked me before when AEW lost me, it took a little bit more time. Adam Page, it was one quote. Oh no, I don't listen to the veterans. No, their opinions don't matter and they don't impact me. Like, no, done. This business was built like every athletic endeavor or sport or art form, entertainment media, whether it's film, play, theater, TV, street performing, basketball, baseball, they're all built on the seasoned veterans helping the rookies become, get better and giving you tips.
But unfortunately,
he doesn't want to
I've noticed that in 2025, he has the attitude like much of the kids do. Not kids in their 20s, 30s. This is the attitude. They all have it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. Like I know, and I get that to a point because I mean we all remember when we were 22 and knew everything, but I guess there wasn't like I don't know. I wasn't on TV saying that. I wasn't on you didn't have social media so you could put that out there because I know when I was like 25, 26 and I realized oh shit I know nothing. Yeah, I was happy that I was able just to like put that 20-year-old Jake away. Go, you're an idiot, kid. Yeah, I mean, and just they don't hear and. You can hear it and see it in the whole thing of it, and it's just gonna.
Yeah, see, he's 30, he's 34, 33, 34 years old. So at the time he gave that statement, he was probably 30.
Yeah,
so I get it.
Yeah, no,
I like it, but I get it.
Right, I don't like it, but I get it. And so, yeah, and then you got Mark Briscoe firing everybody up for the conglomeration. Like, why? I don't know. I just feel bad for Mark. Like he could just.
I like Mark Briscoe a lot. Okay. Mm-hmm. I like Mark Briscoe. I think he's very good. I can't understand his promos.
Because I don't think he's caring anymore. Because I've seen some Ring of Honor promos with some fire, and it is one of those things where that was where him and Jay were so great because Jay
could you understand his words when he was talking? When he gave those promos in ROH?
I could understand his vibes. The words
so much coming out of his mouth so fast, I can't figure out what he's trying to say.
Yeah, no,
I really can't.
Yeah, and he makes up his own little words with it, which is endearing and would work. But you can see he's literally trying to get an entire group of goofs over. Essentially, I mean, you've got Kyle O'Reilly.
They're not goofs.
Are they not? Are they not men? Are they Devo?
Oh,
I just
good pull.
Thank you. I felt good about that one. Actually.
That was nice. I like it.
Yeah.